Welcome to the Océ Touchstone videos. In this tutorial, you will learn how to prepare a touchstone design with a Brila effect. The Brila effect combines the use of CMYK ink, white ink and varnish. The elevation is produced with varnish. The maximum height of the elevation is 0.25 mm. For this video, we will focus on Adobe Photoshop. The Touchstone extension is also available for Adobe Illustrator for macOS and Windows. In this tutorial we will be using millimeters. Let's open Adobe Photoshop. To access the Océ Touchstone extension, click on the Window Extensions menu. Two entries are listed. One panel is called Setup and is used to define the settings of your elevated design and to create the final PDF. The other panel is called Preview. With this panel you can render a 3D image to check your design. Before starting your design, set the gray color settings to S-Gray. Edit. Color settings, gray. S-Gray. So the gray levels are not altered by the color management. Now let's look at the design. Apart from your artwork, your design must have two extra groups. A group named Elevation, this will be your height map. And a group named White, here you place the elements that will be printed in white. Let's look at the elevation layer. Elevated objects must be colored in gray levels to define their height. Black objects will be at the maximum elevation, lower gray values will be less elevated. White will not be elevated at all. Use the default gray swatches to design your elevation layer. You can use gradients to create ramps. You can also change the opacity setting of a black object to define an elevation value. Now let's look at the white group. Use white ink to isolate from the media, or to increase the opacity. Only use solid black objects with hard edges. Leave the rest of the layer fully transparent. Black objects will be printed in white. When your design is ready, open the Touchstone Setup panel. Select Brila. Select the group name of your elevation map. Select the group name for your white undercoat. Set the maximum elevation. This value will define the height of all black objects. For Brila the maximum is 0.25 mm. Open the Touchstone Preview panel. Click the Rendered Document button. A detailed 3D preview is generated. You can also use quick rendering and render a selection. If you use quick rendering you cannot use the special features to inspect your design. Click and hold the left mouse button to rotate the preview. Click and hold the right mouse button to move up and down or left and right. Use the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. In the Environment section you can simulate the media you want to use. If you select None, you only see the printed ink. You can also change the background of the 3D preview. The next settings can help you in checking your design. If you select Show Only Elevation, the color information is invisible. You only see the relief. There are two highlight functions. The first one will color in green all areas elevated within the given height range. You can see there is an artifact in the design. Click the button Apply to 2D Design to add the highlight layer to your design. The layer helps you to locate the areas that you need to change. The layer will not be part of your design. Delete the artifact. Click Rendered Document to check if the design is correct. The second highlight function is Slope Range. This function is to check the slopes in the elevated areas. Choose the minimum and maximum angle to highlight in red. With the Brila effect it is not a problem to have steep slopes. In the right bottom in the preview screen, you see 3 buttons. The eye shows the elevation of your design. The middle one is the refresh button, it restores the initial view. The right button allows you to show a grid. When you are happy with the result, you can generate the PDF file that can be printed on an Océ Touchstone printer. Go to the Touchstone Setup panel and click Export to PDF. We recommend that you name your file with the design name and the elevation height. Your PDF is ready. If you want to check if your PDF is correct, open the PDF in Acrobat Pro. Go to Tools, Print Production, Output Preview. Check if Océ spot plates are present. Your elevated design is now ready to be printed.